Okay, so I'm actually driving to Los Angeles right now, but I would like to tell you guys a story. I'm trying a new angle here and stuff like that. I'm going to see how this looks. But I'd like to tell you guys a story that happened a long time ago. I was probably about 10 or 11 years old, and it involves why I stopped doorbell ditching for the rest of my life after that. So, also, you really like the cool black and white effects because it's a ye old time story. Ye old time story. But anyways, so me and my cousin and our friends used to doorbell ditch people a lot. And if you don't know what doorbell ditching is, or ding dong ditching or whatever, you go up to a person's doorbell, you press it, and you run away, and they're like, "Who the hell rang my doorbell, you motherfuckers?" And then they're like, you know, they get butthurt. And that was a real, you know, that was a laugh back when we were 10 or 11 years old and stuff like that. So anyways, we did that so much to people in our neighborhood that they knew that it was us. So pretty much like the minute they heard footsteps, they were pretty much like at the door, ready to like barrel out of the door at us to like catch us, and then not really do anything because they just were like, you know, stop it, you fucking assholes. But anyways, so pretty much everybody in the neighborhood knew and everything, right? So me and my cousin and one of his friends, one of my friends, decided one night, hey, let's go down like 15 streets to like some other neighborhood, and maybe they won't know about us, so then we can like, you know, doorbell ditch them and stuff like that, and then we'll have a good laugh at it, you know, whatever. And so we thought that was a good idea. It turned out not to be, though. So here's what happened. We go up and ring the doorbell of this house, and it's about 10 o'clock at night, something like that, probably about 10 o'clock at night on a Saturday night. And we ring this doorbell, and we hear this older woman be like, "Albert, those kids are at it again," or something like that, you know, and we're all laughing, and we're hiding by a mobile camper, which has relevance later on, so remember that. But we're hiding behind it, and we're all laughing, you know, and we hear this dude that sounds like fucking Hulk Hogan combined with Chuck Norris or something like that. I mean, he just sounded like he was ready to kick ass and take names. And he's all like, I don't know, he said like her name was Maria or something like that. He's like, "Maria, where's my shotgun at?" And then we pretty much shit our pants upon hearing this dude yell out he was getting a shotgun. So we thought that was a little bit over excessive for, you know, ringing your doorbell, but we weren't really going to debate it with him, so we got the fuck out of there. So we ran, me and William, my cousin's friend, stuff like that, my friend too, me and him and my cousin and his friend ran as fast as we could back to my house. And so we get back and we all think we're home safe, but we see this truck that pulls up like a street down from us at the end of the street, and it's like 5 feet off the ground, like the frame of it's like 5 feet off the ground, the wheels are fucking huge, and he's asking this woman down the street who's butthurt at us for a completely different reason and stuff like that, involving our pool and all this other drama and all this shit that I'll get into some other time. But she tells the guy where we're at, because of course she loved to see us get our ass kicked, you know, and everything, because she was just butter all the time. But he peels out, and I will never ever forget how loud that peel out was. I mean, it sounded like just the highest pitched sound you could possibly imagine, multiplied times 10. It was just so fucking loud. So my lips are dry, you notice? So we like shit bricks, and we ran in my backyard. And it's about, you know, 10:30, 11, something like that at night by this time. And my parents hear us, like, you know, beating down the door, basically, like, running in the backyard. And they're like, "What the hell did you guys do? What'd you do?" And this guy pulls up, and he jumps out of his truck, gets a bat, and comes up to the door. And he's all like, "Where are those fucking kids at? I want them out here right now. I'm going to kick their ass." And my dad's like, "What the fuck did you do?" And I'm like, "I don't know. We just rang his doorbell. That's it. We just rang his doorbell, you know?" And so my dad opens up the door and he's like, "What the hell's going on? Why do you want to beat up these kids, you know?" And he's like, "I know they did it. I know they did it. They're the ones. I'm going to get them this time." And we're all like, holy fuck, you know? And so he's like, "I want him out there, you know?" So we get out there and he looks at us. He's like, wait a second. He's like, did you boys do this last week to me?" And we're like, no, we've never even done this anywhere near your neighborhood. And he's like, "Okay, you don't look like him either. You don't look like him." And we're like, "What are you talking about?" He's like, "Okay, I'm sorry. This is my mistake. I already called the cops, though." And we're like, "Fuck." And he's like, "I already called the cops, but about a week ago, some teenage boys, a little bit taller than you and older than you, keyed my truck, which is worth 20 grand, and stole 30 grand worth of paint supplies from the back of my truck." So you can see why this guy was pretty much like pissed as fuck, because he thought we were the same teenagers that stole 30 grand worth of paint supplies and keyed his 20 grand truck. So we were like, oh my god, that's why. And he's like, if I would have caught up with you boys, I would have used a tire iron on your faces. And so we basically wouldn't have lived. We basically wouldn't have died. So luckily we were fast runners. But remember, he called the cops. So it's about 11:15 at this point, and a cop car pulls up. And now I'm not being racist here. I'm like 50% Irish and stuff like that. I'm not any Australian, but you know, you see me do Access My videos. But the cops get out, and one of them is like Australian as fuck, and the other one's like Irish as fuck. Okay? So I'm not talking like a little bit here. I'm talking like one of the cops was legitimately like, you know, like, oh yeah, mate, you can't be doing that around the neighborhood. You can't be going around ding dong and doing ditches and stuff. That's you know, just rough housing, just fun for kids, but it just annoys some older adults. And then the other one, the Irish dude, was like, "Aye, laddies, you can't be doing that in the neighborhood this late at night. You can't be making just a mess for everybody." And that's about as best as I can do an Irish voice, even though I'm like 50% Irish. It's great, huh? So anyways, we're like halfway between laughing and crying because of that. And then another 5 or 10 minutes pass by, and you remember that mobile camper we were hiding behind? Yeah, that pulls up. And these two women get out of it, who basically have like a King of the Hill accent, and they're like, "I know you boys were trying to steal our trailer. I know you were behind it. I know you were hiding there, and I know you were trying to do some mischief. I want you both arrested. I want all of you arrested. Y'all just troublemakers." And so, I don't know why she would have said trailer. It's probably camper, but you know what I mean. I'm trying to recite this from memory. So anyways, we got the camper out there, the two women, the cops, the cop car, the pissed off dude, my parents, and now all the other kids' parents have came, because we called them like somewhere in between all this. And so this is all out here like 11:30, 11:45 at night. All the other houses now are woken up in the neighborhood, because they're like, what the fuck is all this shit out in the middle of the street for? And that was the day I never doorbell ditched again. We didn't get arrested, we just got a warning, but I never did it again after that. Never again. I know my cousin did, but I didn't. I said, fuck that, that's enough for me. So yeah, so if you guys would like to hear more ridiculous stories like this of bizarre shit or whatever else, let me know. And I had to burp. And yeah, and if you like the angle, if you like me doing the vlogs while I'm driving like this, let me know. And that's about it. And I gotta burp again. That's pretty good. I burped again. Now I got the hiccups a little bit. Fuck. And turning it off.